Hello and welcome to day 30 of Walking the Quiet Path with me, Cate Field. This is the final reflection in our 30-day adventure into gentle creativity and noticing. Whether you've walked with me from the very beginning or whether you're just arriving today, you are so welcome. Each episode stands alone, offering a quiet moment for reflection, creative invitation, and a softening of the pace of life. This series is based on my book, The Quiet Path, which grew from a simple need to slow down, to reconnect with presence and now, and to remember that creativity doesn't need to shout to be meaningful. You'll find a link to the book in the description below, along with a free sample if you'd like to just try it out first. Today's reflection is called The Sound of Softness. It's an invitation to tune in, to notice the quiet hum of the world, the whispers that pass us by if we don't pause to listen. In nature, nothing is truly silent. Snow has a sound, and so does the wind and the sea and the flutter of a bird's wing. They simply choose to whisper without shouting. And in your creative life too, there are sounds that shape your process. That scratch of a pencil and the soft rhythm of breath, the pause between words. So for today, let's listen. Let's create not with noise, but with deep presence. Let's find the sound of softness and follow where it leads. Let's begin. So your daily prompt for day 30. If you listen closely, softness has a sound. It is the hush of snowfall landing on an open palm, the murmur of waves lapping at the shore, the quiet sigh of leaves shifting under the weight of a small bird. Nothing in nature is truly silent. It simply knows when to whisper. Softness isn't silence. It's a language spoken in quiet tones, in gentle gestures, and in whispers that only those who listen will hear. The world hums softly all around us. The slow pull of the tide, that hush of snowfall, the breath of wind moving through the trees. And creativity too has its own quiet sounds. That scratch of a pencil on the paper and the sweep of a brush across the canvas, the whisper of fabric as it's stitched, the pause between the written words. So how does softness show up in your creative practice? Do you listen for those quiet details, the small shifts, the delicate moments of presence? Because often they just pass us by. So today, explore the idea of sound within softness. Let your creativity be shaped not by noise, but by whispers and pauses and gentle presence. So your creative invitations: painting and drawing. Depict a scene of soft sound, snow falling, rippling water, leaves trembling in the breeze. For writing, write about a sound so soft it could almost be missed, but that carries meaning for those who listen. For sculpting or textile art, work with materials that create gentle textures, quiet movement, or subtle shifts in form. For photography, capture something that evokes whispered sound, like the mist over water or the fog on the hills, soft footprints in the sand, the hush of a still morning. For mixed media, layer materials to create a sense of depth and hush, where details reveal themselves slowly. And your sensory prompt: close your eyes and listen. What is the quietest sound you can hear? A distant bird call, the hum of your breath, the way the fabric moves as you shift, the traffic in the distance. And let this awareness of soft sound and deep listening guide your creative process today. So for this final day, I'm returning to some embroidery. I'm going to do some textile
work, and this is one that I started a long time ago, and I just keep putting it away and then coming back to it. It's made up of lots of bits of scraps, really, some old cloth, some bit of cotton, and then some old buttons from my button stash, and which are just so pretty. And so all I'm going to do is just a few stitches, perhaps sew a few little buttons on. And the idea is this is the shoreline. So as the waves and the surf crash onto the beach near where I live, and lots of different colours within, or lots of different shades within the white and the cream. And so that's what I'm going to do for this session. And when I teach textiles, and I teach sort of young children and teenagers, and a lot of them haven't learnt how to do any needlework because they had no one in their family to teach them. And so I start them off with some very basic things, some very simple samplers. And it's amazing that there's a hush that comes over over the classroom when people start doing needlework, which is quite funny because I worked in inner city schools, which are not known for their calm needlework lessons. Yeah, so it was quite lovely, really. But when we create samplers like this, well, we don't have to think about creating the perfect piece of embroidery. We can just let the needle flow and just enjoy the process of it. Now, if you are a very keen needlewoman, then this is your opportunity to do something really quite beautiful. And if you are totally new to embroidery, then just pick up a needle and thread and see what happens, because this is your time. So whether you're doing needlework or watercolour painting or some drawing or a bit of creative writing, this is your moment. And it's very important that you give yourself time, that you switch everything else off. You don't switch off those very annoying phone notifications that want us to keep looking. So I'm just sort of stitching this. You can't see this thread. Because I just want it to sort of be fixed to here. But you can see I've done some couching. I think I might do another little bit of couching. Now all of these threads are leftover bits. And being an art and textiles teacher, I get given a lot of things, which is really lovely. People are very kind. And so I do have a lot of sort of leftover bits and pieces that people have donated to me, which is just so nice and so kind. And I would imagine that you may have leftover bits in your stash. These buttons I inherited from my great aunt, actually, who's a fantastic needlewoman. And she's still with us. She's just quite phenomenal. She's 92 now, and she just sort of said to me, she said to my dad, actually. She's my dad's aunt. Oh, do you think Catherine would like the buttons? So, oh yes. So she's one of the few people who call me Catherine, which is very nice. So this is just couching, where you lay something over the top of the fabric, like this bit of wool, and then you stitch over the top. And building up the layers, which is what I wanted to do with this idea of silence that's not really silence. And just enjoying doing a little bit of embroidery, because how often do we just sit down and create?
And so we come to the end of Walking the Quiet Path. 30 small invitations to pause, to notice, to create with gentleness and presence. Thank you so much for walking the path with me. Whether you joined me for one day or for every day, I hope something here has spoken to your own quiet voice, the one that doesn't shout, but the one that knows. If this series has resonated with you, there are more journeys waiting. And you'll find the other creative series on my channel. And if you'd like to go even deeper, I share regular prompts, reflections and tutorials on my Patreon, including some gentle courses and some behind the scenes offerings, a bit of creative writing and things like that, designed to nurture your creative practice at your own pace. You'll find all the links in the description below, including the Quiet Path book, if you would like to revisit these on paper or share them with someone who you think might need a little stillness in their day. So for now, may you continue to notice softly, create gently, and find beauty in the hush between things. Lots of love to you. Take care. Bye bye.